7 signs you have a powerful lone wolf mindset. Everyone thinks a lone wolf is someone who doesn't need people. That's what they get wrong. Half the people sitting alone tonight aren't strong. They're avoiding something, and they found a word that makes it sound noble. The real difference has nothing to do with how much time you spend alone. It's whether you can sit in that time without needing to escape it. Because solitude shows you exactly who you are when there's nobody around to perform for. There are 7 signs that tell you if you are a powerful lone wolf. Most people have 2 or 3 of them, and the ones you're missing are the ones costing you right now. 1. Silence doesn't make you uncomfortable. Try this tonight. Sit in a room with no phone, no music, no screen. 10 minutes, nothing to do but think. Most people don't make it to 3 minutes. Researchers once left people alone in a room for 15 minutes with nothing but their own thoughts. They gave them one option to break the boredom, a button that delivered a mild electric shock. A surprising number of people pressed it. They'd rather choose pain over sitting there with their own thoughts. You do a lighter version of this every day. The TV goes on the second you walk in the door. The podcast starts before the car leaves the driveway. You scroll through your phone during the show you put on, so you wouldn't be bored. You built a life where you are never actually alone with yourself. And then you wonder why you don't know what you want out of your life. Being comfortable with solitude is the entry point. Everything else on this list is built on it. 2. You stopped looking for validation. You've probably done this before. You start saying what you actually think, you catch the look on someone's face halfway through, and you water it down before you reach the end of the sentence. Or something good happens and you're posting about it before you've even finished feeling it. That hit of approval works on you the same way anything else addictive does. Feels great for about 10 seconds, then it's gone, and you need another one. So you keep chasing the reaction. And bit by bit, you start picking the life that gets the best reaction instead of the one you actually wanted. Look closely at who's criticizing your direction. 9 times out of 10, it's someone who lost their own. People busy building something don't have the time or the energy to talk you out of yours. So here's a test for this week. Do one thing that matters to you and tell nobody. No post, no casual mention to a friend who'll be impressed. Do it, and notice how pointless it starts to feel without an audience. That feeling is the entire problem. But once you train yourself to stop needing that approval from others, you will see a very quiet but powerful shift in your life. You will start doing things and feel good about it before anyone has told you to. That's your own opinion of yourself finally outweighing everyone else's. And once that flips, people lose their grip on you. 3. You listen more than you talk. Most conversations aren't conversations. They're 2 people waiting for their turn. Once you stop competing for airtime, you start seeing more. You start noticing who interrupts and who listens, who takes credit that isn't theirs, whose face drops for half a second when someone else shares good news. People tell you who they are constantly, in what they laugh at, in how they treat someone who can do nothing for them, in the promises they make loudly, and the ones they quietly let slide. You just have to stop talking long enough to hear it. This is why the strongest person in the room is almost never the loudest. The loudest one is broadcasting while you're gathering, and it protects you. You stop being surprised by people because you already saw the signs early on. But seeing someone clearly comes with a cost. Because once you know exactly what a person is, you have to decide what you're going to do about it. That's where almost everyone folds. 4. You walk away quietly. Weak people announce their exit. They threaten to walk. They send a long message explaining everything they're owed. They give the ultimatum, then stay anyway and pretend it was mercy. Real distance is quieter than that. You just stop showing up without any final argument or closing statement. You don't feel the need to be understood on the way out. Think about where you're currently over-explaining yourself, the friend you keep justifying yourself to, the group chat you're still in out of habit, the person whose respect you're trying to earn by being available. Availability isn't the price of respect. It's usually what kills it. But walking away only makes you powerful if there's something waiting on the other side. Otherwise, you're just alone with more free time. Which brings us to the sign that separates a lone wolf from just a lonely person. 5. You put in the work nobody sees. Everything up to this point is attitude. This is the one that turns it into evidence. Going to the gym on the day you don't feel like it, when nobody would know if you skipped. Practicing something for 2 months before it's good enough for anyone to notice. Reading a book that will never come up in a single conversation. Nobody sees any of it. That's what makes it count. Think about the difference between the man who announces he's changing his life and the man who says nothing for 6 months, then shows up as a new man. The first one spent all his energy on the announcement. The second one just walks into the room half a year later looking like somebody else. But working quietly brings a pressure with it that nobody warns you about. And that pressure is what drags the sixth sign out of you. 6. You have control over your emotions. Somebody sends one message, and your whole afternoon is ruined. A comment from 3 days ago is still playing in your head at midnight. You've typed the reply, deleted it, typed it again. Whoever said that thing is spoiling your day from somewhere across town, and they've probably forgotten they even said it. Staying calm doesn't mean you've stopped feeling anything. You still get angry. Being talked down to still stings. What changes is the few seconds between feeling it and reacting to it. Most people don't have those seconds. Something happens, they fire straight back, and by the time they've cooled off, the message has already been read. So take the seconds. Put the phone face down. Answer in the morning. Let the person waiting for you to blow up sit there and get silence instead. Do that a few times, and you'll notice people behaving differently around you. That reaction was the only real hold they had, and now they can't get it out of you. And this stops being about messages very quickly. The man who talks over you in a meeting, the relative who knows exactly which button to press at dinner, the news that you read at 9 in the morning, that dictates what kind of day you're going to have. The same rule applies to all of it. Your initial feeling does not get to decide your reaction and ruin your whole day. 7. You trust yourself even when no one else does. Being right alone, when no one else believes in you, feels worse than being wrong with everybody else. That's the whole reason people stay where they are. It's not laziness or a lack of ideas. It's the discomfort of standing somewhere nobody's standing with you. You've felt it before. The plan you dropped because 3 people looked at you strangely. The path you chose because it was easier to explain at dinner. The safe thing everyone congratulated you for, that you've quietly resented ever since. The crowd isn't malicious. It's just averaging. It'll always pull you toward what's normal. And normal is exactly what you said you didn't want. At some point, you have to become the final vote on your own life. Listen to advice, take the information, then decide alone, and be willing to be wrong alone too. That's the part people skip. Self-trust isn't confidence that you're right. It's being willing to carry the outcome either way. That willingness is what makes someone impossible to control. So take note of these 7 signs. Whichever ones you don't possess yet, that's your list. Remember, being a lone wolf was never about being lonely. It's about being a person who moves at their own pace, holds their own standards, and can't be talked out of either one.